Do you have a guided knife sharpener? They are excellent at quickly and accurately putting an edge on your knives. And we've come up with a hack that makes them even more versatile. I'm a big fan of guided knife sharpening systems. I have a Workshop Precision Adjust that I use to put mirror bevels on my EDC knives. Necessary? No. Pretty? Very. However, guided knife sharpeners all struggle with small knives. The problem is one of simple geometry. There needs to be enough of the blade for the jaws to clamp onto it securely, but there also needs to be enough blade to stick out far enough that the abrasive can hit the edge of your knife without also hitting the jaws. With small knives, there just isn't enough blade to accomplish both those things. And the problem gets even worse when you start using lower angles. However, we've come up with a solution. At Sharpening Supplies, we're in a unique position where we have a huge array of products that we get to play with. So we're able to think a little bit outside the box when it comes to problem solving. We found a solution within the Tormek range of jigs. The small knife jig is Tormek's solution to this exact problem. The jig clamps onto the handle of the knife, and there's a guide bar that sticks out the side, and that clamps into the jaws of the Tormek knife jig. This moves the blade about an inch out from the jaws of the jig, which allows it to come into contact with Tormek's grinding wheel without that wheel hitting the jig itself. Of course, that's on the Tormek system, but we thought, why not on a manual guided system? In fact, the jaws of the Tormek knife jig are pretty similar to the jaws on guided systems, so we thought we'd give it a try. Let's show you how it works. Simply mount your knife into the Tormek small knife jig, then mount the guide bar into the jaws of your guided sharpener. Set the angle as you would for any normal sized knife, and then you're ready to go. I just want to show you in a little bit more detail how to properly mount your small knife into the Tormek small knife holder. Mount the knife in the holder with the guide bar and the blade flat against the table. The shape of the knife handle determines how far into the holder it should go. Lock the knife in place by tightening the knob. Check that the knife blade is in line with the guide bar, and you're ready to go. Now you can clamp the guide bar into the jaws of your guided sharpening system. Some of you may be thinking that by moving the knife in front of the jaws of the blade, you're going to be changing the effective sharpening angle of the knife. Now, we've tried this with all of these different sharpeners, and because it's such a small knife blade, you're actually moving it to just about where a regular sized knife would be anyway. So the effective angle doesn't change that much. With the simple addition of this jig, you've now made your guided sharpener compatible with a huge range of small knives. If you've enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. Each week we upload videos with tips, tricks, and more. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any sharpening hacks like this one.